Shabnam Lone, let me once again come back to you. The issue here, as most of our speakers insist, is better governance, and that is not coming either from the government in the state or even constructive opposition from the opposition in Jammu and Kashmir.
You see, what I basically want to stress as a Kashmiri who wants peace, progress, prosperity in Kashmir is that we all need to understand the Kashmir psyche. We all need to understand that Kashmir is a political problem which is deeply mired in the quagmire of 63 years of deep political conflict. So what you really need to take on board is the necessary and proper parties. Have a concerted effort to have a dialogue with Pakistan, and Government of India and Pakistan, I feel, are the necessary parties, and Kashmiris are the proper parties.
Okay, but tell me this, how would you respond, Shabnam Lone, how would you respond to the Director General of Police of Jammu and Kashmir saying, Hurriyat conference, especially leaders like Gilani and his faction, they are orchestrating this violence in Jammu and Kashmir, and he gave evidence, he gave audio evidence of leaders in Jammu and Kashmir orchestrating this violence today.
I'll give an answer to your question, but let me first complete what I was saying. So these proper and necessary parties are to be brought on board. But even in New Delhi, you have proper and necessary parties. Congress and National Conference on their own cannot decide Kashmir's future. So the Congress has to have a concerted strategy here. They have to take all the opposition and build a raft of political opinion here.
But perhaps that's why the Prime Minister, the government is asking for an all-party meeting. But what about Hurriyat, Gilani instigating violence? Shabnam Lone,
yes.
Imtiaz Haidar caught on tape, on camera, instigating violence.
Yes. Now, there is a due process of law that has to take its own course. Now, if somebody is found guilty of instigating violence, burning of schools, we in Kashmir as civilized citizens, we are not for people burning our schools, burning property, because this is not done in a civilized society. But be that as it may, I have a question for you, Gaurav. When Mr. Gilani was in jail, it was Mr. Umar Abdullah who sent his emissary to Mr. Gilani and in a way sought permission from him. It was Mr. Gilani who gave a press conference and he said that the advisor, the friend of Mr. Umar Abdullah came to him and told him, "Sir, are you worried? Are you unhappy with us? We want to go ahead and govern." Mr. Gilani gave him permission. He said, "No, we are not bothered about you. You go and govern." But
and that's the point. That's the point which I'm trying to put to Kartikeya Sharma.
Yeah. If he is a hawk for Umar Abdullah in New Delhi, in Kashmir, he seems to take permission from him. Then the coalition, the Congress, as well as the National Conference and Umar Abdullah, they have a lot to answer for, because
Indeed they do, Shabnam Lone. Kartikeya Sharma, perhaps that's the reason Umar Abdullah says something in Delhi, he goes to Srinagar, he says completely the opposite of what he said in Delhi, and is that the reason why the centers put him on watch?
Yes, in fact, the carte blanche which I would say Umar Abdullah has been enjoying, and sort of the gravitas which he enjoyed in the party because of the so-called proximity with Rahul Gandhi, or you can say that the impression he made on the first family of the Congress party, he survived. And the party always gave this argument that he is the buffer between the Congress and the Separatists. But now it has, I would say that the sources have informed headlines today that the centre is extremely unhappy at the way Mr. Umar Abdullah has been handling the crisis. Not only unhappy, but also unhappy with the conduct. That how can a chief minister after the Eid Namaz fly back to Delhi, and the reason that his family is in Delhi has cut no ice with the leaders. So I would say that there is a ground change, and the paradigm shift for Mr. Abdullah is that he no more enjoys the carte blanche which he had been enjoying for past 1 year. He is under watch. Situation has become extremely politically fluid, and one shouldn't be surprised if things changes within 30 or 40 days in the valley.